Hello there, Sorry from 17 once again. This is my Uncharted 3 brutal walkthrough. We're on chapter 14, Cruisin for a Bruisin, and this is another one of those nightmare chapters that people have a hard time with. I don't want to be diminutive to anybody when I say this, guys. Didn't have a hard time with this at all. I've got some really good strategies. Hopefully they're going to help a lot of people, and I'm going to try and help you to suffer as little as possible, because I don't want you getting miserable on some fights that could be very miserable. And I know they can be miserable, because I had a rough time with them on Cruisin back in 2011. But now, I don't know, just different time, different place. I brutalized them once again, and it's going to be a theme of this walkthrough. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I didn't expect it, but once again, I'm going to mention this a lot in this walkthrough. If you can find a game that makes you want to die, it's that difficult. When you come to another game that is difficult, it ain't going to feel so bad. And that's exactly what I've done here, guys. I've come from the pits of the Duath to this game, and it feels like heaven. It really does. It feels awesome. And I never thought I'd say that about Brutal, but it's true. There's a melee kill on that dude, and there's going to be one more person to kill on the opposite side up there, so break his neck. But this next fight is going out to a subscriber of mine who had a really tough time on it, so hopefully this can help him for his future endeavours with the game, or maybe you're just like him having a really bad time and I can help you too. The trickiest part of this sequence is that the cover moves, but I actually really like that mechanic, and I'm going to speak more about it in this chapter and then on the plane, because that's one of my favourite fights in the game, but it's dangerous. I was in a really silly mood too, so I do some pretty fantastical stuff that's not safe and I don't recommend it, but it will do it if you get aggressive enough. So at the beginning, you want to hug this box and kill as many people as you can. There's going to be a bunch of people rushing you. On this game, you will never get shot by people rushing you when you're using this cover trick, because they just can't shoot through the cover as effectively as they can on Uncharted 1. When the crates move, it marks the beginning of the heavy spawn. Here's the checkpoint you get if you die on the heavy. Throw a grenade at him. As soon as you take his armour off, start shooting him in the face. And if you hit him enough times in the face, he'll go down. Here's a flashbang. Not a problem unless he shoots you, and he doesn't shoot me, so I'm good. Get back in cover. He can only shoot when he goes into his pimp stance, like that, and he's dead. Now he's dead. A bunch of people are going to jump off the balcony, so start killing them before they land, and there's nothing they can do. Just hit them, hit them, hit them, hit them. Be careful of the cover. Always use the cover trick. Anybody comes to your left, introduce them to the Kalashnikov, put them down, shoot them in the face. If they stay up on the balcony, they're just sitting ducks. It's Die Hard 2, son. And we're done. How easy was that? And I don't want to offend you if you had a nightmare there. That's not my intention, guys. I'm here to help. That can be done that quickly and that effectively. You just have to know that that's a good way of doing it, and you need to get a little lucky with not, accidentally taking 2 bullets and dying instantly. But if you can replicate what I just did, you'll never suffer on that fight again. And the next one is the one that people really fear, because it's a really tough slog, and I managed to get this on, I think it was the 2nd or the 3rd attempt. I showed you my first attempt in a fail video where I got so close. I guess I was just on fire at this time, which sounds, once again, it sounds very egocentric, doesn't it? Very arrogant of me, but I was feeling myself, like they say in the fighting game community, and I felt like I was untouchable. And sometimes, guys, confidence is all you need to win. They'll tell you about job interviews. When you go to a job interview, confidence is one of the biggest things that they're looking for. It's not that you know how to do the job. You have to look like and sound like you know how to do the job. It's all about selling yourself. And I've never really felt that in games too much, but as of recently, I felt it. I felt a confidence that made me bulletproof, for lack of a better word. And it's stupid, and it's 100% psychological, but if you feel like you're gonna win, and it helps you win, I said go for it. So I start off by killing him. You cannot stealth this area because the guy on the piano is a dick. He always sees you regardless of what you do, so I always go for the guy on the right, and then I go and climb back up into safety, and I shoot people. And this is when it kicks off, so you want to stay up here in cover at all times, if you can. Whenever I move out of cover, it's through necessity, and because I'm confident that I'm not going to die. Once it kicks off, there's going to be a bunch of heavies that spawn. I throw a grenade to the left to try and blow up the propane tank and take the armour off the heavy. To my right, there's going to be another heavy and more people coming. So I'm going to move into this piece of cover here, and we're going to start using both grenades liberally and blind fire. Blind fire on this game is amazing. It's going to save your ass so many times, so use it. Here comes another dude. When they're running, they cannot shoot you. They have to stop before they can aim, before they can shoot. So when they're running, it's free shots, but they never flinch at your bullets. It's profound. Here comes another heavy. So blind fire is going to really make quick work of him. And then once he goes down, I think that's the end of the first wave, but there's no checkpoint. So be very careful, because there's going to be a bunch of laser dudes above you, and I think that's when you get the checkpoint. So pick up some guns if you can. I should have picked up the shotgun and then picked up the Kalashnikov, and it would have given me more ammunition, but as I've mentioned, in the heat of battle and on this walkthrough, I don't use that trick too much. I just kind of roll with the punches. So right now you have a brief interlude to get some stuff, and I think if you push past the piano or down near the piano, you're going to trigger the next spawn, and I believe that might be the checkpoint. But you'll see, because what happens, guys, is when you die, it puts you at the other side of the room for some reason, and I don't recommend being at the other side of the room on Brutal because it makes it harder, I think. I recommend being aggressive and being up their ass because, you know, sodomy is in the Bible. But here is the checkpoint anyway. It gives you a shotgun and a micro Uzi, because I assume that's what I'm using. As long as you roll when you get lasers on you, you should never get shot. The grenade guy will never hit you when you're down here because he can't see you. And we're going to use his grenade launcher on the next fight, so don't kill him and use that grenade launcher or you're going to hurt your chances in the next brawl. So, a lot of people here, and this is when the game gets dangerous and you have to be confident in your mobility. All you need to do is be aggressive and kill them as they land. When an enemy lands, there is a brief window of opportunity where he will not do anything before he decides to do something, and you need to maximize by hurting him in that window. That guy was really fortunate because he went to throw a grenade instead of shooting me. If he'd have decided to shoot around that cover, I could have been dead because I was dead to rights. Once everybody on the ground is done, start shooting the guys on the roof, and eventually Heavy will turn up. So we're going to blind fire, and if he gets close enough, we're going to beat him up. You might be thinking, well, why would you use your fists here, Chris? This is crazy. It's not, guys. Fists against the Heavy is very safe, but I didn't even need to because he's already dead. Kenshiro'd his tits off. At this moment, people could drop down. Oh, speaking of, that's luck just then. He chose to run instead of attacking, and I'm alive. That's all you need, guys. You need a little bit of luck, and you need a whole lot of brutality. Do not give them a second. Do not give them an inch. Do not give them anything. Kill them mercilessly. And I think now there is no more dropping down until we start messing with the people with the lasers. So use this as an opportunity to give yourself whatever guns you like, whatever guns you've got the most of. And we're going to be using positioning on this balcony to hit the people on the tier above us, in the gallery or wherever that is up there. And it's a little tricky to do this because it's awkward to see, but if you move out here, you'll just see the head of the grenade launcher guy. And if you see his head, shoot it, because that's how you win. There he is, missed, and dead. So grenade launcher man is dead, and I think you're going to see... yeah, there it is, lasers. So when you see lasers, it means that you're pushing on to the next part. The people with the lasers do this wonderful thing where they kind of bend the wrists at a weird angle to put the laser on you, even though feasibly they couldn't actually do that, because your hands don't really work that way. But the music stops, and I think I've got to trigger... Oh, this might be the doorway men. Is this the doorway men? This is the doorway men, so be careful here, guys, there's no checkpoint. What you want to do, throw a grenade at that door opening as it opens, it'll blow up the tanks and kill nearly everybody. If anyone survives, shoot them. And one person survives for me, I think. But be careful here, guys, because I've been killed by these people at the end of my other attempt because my grenade missed, and I was really depressed about that, but that was a really clean ballroom fight, and that fight is really difficult. It doesn't come across how challenging that is, because it just looked like I was running around terrorizing people, but trust me, guys, that is a difficult fight, and I hope you can use what I've shown you there to embolden yourself and to give yourself that position of power and that confidence to just take the fight to them, kill them as they land, and hopefully have a lot of success. But coming out of that room, I have the pistola and I have the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is very important. If you don't have a grenade launcher coming out of that room, you're going to have a lot of difficulties. So just bear that in mind. So pushing forward here, there's going to be a couple of moments where we get to fight some people. It's kind of the calm before the second storm. So break that dude's neck and bask in the wonderful lighting. Look how nice that lighting looks. It's one of the things that really staggers me on this collection. The lighting on some of the games is wonderful. It really, really does look majestic. So here's another dude. Slap him in the face. I think there's a guy by the door, so be careful of him too. But he doesn't hear me, which is always fortunate, and I can go out here and start beating him up. Yeah, there's just one more dude. He's just here. I might dunk him into the cover. Oh no, kidney punch, liver shot. Orbital bone done, son. And then we can push forward, and I think we have to do some platforming to get to Sully. Yeah, it's just down these stairs. Once again, guys, this game is... Because they've adjusted the lighting, I think it's made the game darker. Because the lighting now is much more natural, much more striking, but it's made some areas seem quite dark, and of course capturing is always darker, compression makes videos darker, there's all kinds of adverse effects here, so if you can't see what's happening right now, I do apologise. I need to be more forthright with the darkness. I just didn't realise that it would look so obfuscating. But be careful dropping down here. I actually fell. I was really tempted to keep it in because he didn't grab the fucking thing. He just I don't even know what happened. I got bummed. I'm not happy. But this room has got a lot of guns in it, but nothing that I would recommend you grab, because at the moment we have the best setup for the next sequence. And the next sequence is technically on the next level, and you're not going to see the title card, guys, because I died a bunch of times getting it, because there's a couple of really dodgy spawns, and if you don't remember them, you just die before you've had a chance to even move. So thank you for watching, and you take care now.